यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्री श्री ताई गौ सुंदर की जय, पतित पावन प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Granth Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 12. Text number 1. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Narada Uvacha Brahmachari Gurukule Vasandanto Gurorhitam Acharan Dasavanicho Gurau Sudhridha Suhridaha Gurau Sudhridha Sauhridaha. Sri Narada Uvacha Brahmachari Gurukule Vasandanto Gurorhitam Acharan Dasavanicho Gurau Sudhira Sauhridaha. Sri Narada Uvacha Andhari Gurukule. Word for word meaning. Sri Narada Uvacha. Sri Narada Muni said, Brahmachari, a brahmachari, a student living at the residence of the Guru. Gurukule, at the residence of the Guru. Vasan, by living. Dantaha, continuously practicing. control of the senses. Guru hitam, only for the benefit of Guru, not for one's personal benefit. Acharan, practicing. Dasavat, very humbly, like a slave. Nichah, submissive, obedient. Guru, unto the spiritual master. Shrudridha, firmly. Sauhridaha, in friendship or goodwill. Translation. Narad Muni said, a student should practice completely controlling his senses. He should be submissive and should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. With a great vow, the brahmachari should live at the Gurukula only for the benefit of the Guru. You can repeat this. Narad Muni said, a student should practice completely controlling his senses. He should be submissive and should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. With a great vow, the brahmachari should live at the Gurukula only for the benefit of the Guru. I'll continue reading some more verses since there is no purport. So till we get the purport, we'll continue. Text number 2. Sayam prater upasita gurva agni arka surottaman sandhe ubhe cha yatvag japan brahma samahita. At both junctions of the day and night, namely in the early morning and evening, he should be fully absorbed in thoughts of the spiritual master, fire, the sun god and Lord Vishnu. And by chanting the Gayatri mantra, he should worship them. Chandamsi adhiyate guru ahutas cheta suyantritaha upkrame avashane cha charanau shirashanameta. Translation. Being called by the spiritual master, the student should study the Vedic mantras regularly. Every day before beginning his studies, at the end of his studies, his disciples should respectfully offer obeisances unto the spiritual master. Mekhala jina vasamsi jata danda kamandalun bibriyad upavitam cha darbha pani yathoditam. Translation. Carrying pure kusha grass in his hand, the brahmachari should dress regularly with a belt of straw and with deer skin garments. He should wear matted hair, carry a rod and water pot, and be decorated with a sacred thread as recommended in the Shastras. Sayam prataschare bhiksham guruve tan nivedayet bhunjita yadi anugyato na cheda upvaseta kvachit. The brahmachari should go out morning and evening to collect alms, and he should offer all that he collects to the spiritual master. He should eat only if ordered to take food by the spiritual master. Otherwise, if the spiritual master does not give this order, he may sometime have to fast. Susilo mita bhuga daksha shraddha dhano jitendriyaha yavad artham vyavahareta shishtishu stri nirjitesu cha. A brahmachari should be quite well behaved and gentle, a brahmachari should be quite well behaved and gentle and should not eat or collect more than necessary. He must always be active and expert, fully believing in the instructions of the spiritual master and the Shastra. Fully controlling his senses, he should associate only as much as necessary with women or those controlled by women. Purport. A brahmachari should be very careful not to mix with women or with men addicted to women. Although when he goes out to beg alms, it is necessary to talk with women and with men very much attached to women. This association should be very short, and he should talk with them only about begging alms and not more. A brahmachari should be very careful in associating with men who are attached to women. तंत्रा श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घ्यायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुतीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। So this is a conversation in the context Narad Muni has been describing so far the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj, his very dear disciple. To whom? To Yudhishthir Maharaj. He's been describing about Prahlad Maharaj and how Prahlad Maharaj, he appeared in the womb and he been taught by Narad Muni. And then how Prahlad Maharaj was tortured by Hiranyakashipu and how Hiranyakashipu was delivered by Lord Nrsimhadev. So we are going to celebrate Nrsimha Jayanti, Sri Nrsimha Chaturdasi on coming Sunday. So then how Nrsimhadev saved Prahlad Maharaj and how Prahlad Maharaj, as soon as he gets some opportunity to speak about the Supreme Lord, he'll immediately start talking to his friends. Also, he is very concerned about them. So, you just get a little opportunity, he will introduce them to Krishna consciousness because he feels so pity on them that how these people are bereft of Krishna consciousness. There is no hope for them. So, he feels so much for them. In this way, the whole pastimes was narrated. And here specifically, Yudhishthira Maharaj has asked about duties of different varnas and ashramas. So starting with brahmachari. How many varnas are there? What are those varnas? Yeah, and varnas? 4 varna. 4 ashramas? Yes. So here in the about brahmachari ashram is being discussed. Narad Muni is describing the characteristics, principles, and details also of brahmachari ashram, how a brahmachari should be. Yesterday we saw the principle and details. What we discussed yesterday? Yeah, this is the principle. Then yes, we should keep. Yes, yes. So we should know the principles and we should know the details also. Details can be adjusted according to time, place, circumstances. But principles must be followed. So here about brahmachari ashram is mentioned about brahmachari. What are the characteristics is mentioned here? Can you just recall? Any one characteristics? So shall I read this again? Then you will tell. Yes. Hmm. 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 Yes. 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 So it's mentioned here that brahmachari guru kule vasan danto guror hitam acharan dasvan nicho gurus srudhida sauhridaha. So the principle is that a brahmachari, a student, brahmachari means student life. Brahmachari means we trying to learn about Brahman, the Supreme Lord, and what is required for that one is practicing. So a brahmachari life, a beginning of life is dedicated for this purpose fully, to learn about the Supreme Lord. Uh, so it's mentioned here that the principle is a brahmachari should practice controlling his senses. Okay. Then second principle is he should be submissive and should have firm friendship with spiritual master. And then the third principle is staying at Gurukula only for the benefit of Guru. What is mentioned? Acharan dasavan nicho gurau susiddha suhido. Guror hitam. Vasan danto guror hitam. Vaso Vasan danto. Vasan danto means is trying to he is practicing, he should practice completely controlling his senses. Vasan means controlling, and danto means senses. Vasan means by living, danta means continuously practicing control of the senses. So one should live in the gurus in Gurukula and try to control his senses. And the purpose of living in Gurukula is to serve the spiritual master for the benefit of the spiritual master. So these are the principle of the brahmachari life. And then also it is mentioned that uh, day and both junctions of day and night, namely in the morning and in the evening, he should be fully absorbed in thoughts of his spiritual master, fire, sun god, Lord Vishnu, and chanting the Gayatri mantra, he should worship them. Then being called by the spiritual master, students should study the Vedic mantras regularly every day. Before beginning his studies and at the end of his studies, the disciples should respectfully offer obeisances unto the spiritual master. So like that, and details are mentioned. Carrying pure kusa grass in his hand, the brahmachari should dress regularly with a belt of straw and with deer skin garments. So like that it goes, the details are mentioned. so so very nice to be, student's life. If we ask people generally about best part of their life, then mostly everybody will say during school days. And actually when people they go out and work, when they come back to their hometown or their village, they try to find out their schoolmates, are they still there, because there's so much friendship, and true friendship is there. And we know these pastimes how uh, Sudama met Lord Krishna. Actually, Sudama, he was always thinking about Lord Krishna. He was always thinking, and he was very satisfied. He was not thinking to go and see the Lord, because he was thinking that he is Dwarakadhish. I am a poor Brahmana, but nevertheless he is my best friend. He is my the best friend. So he will always feel pride, saying that Krishna is my best friend. And he will say so many things about Krishna, and since he is pure devotee of Lord, so naturally he will always describe about the Lord. So many things he will tell, especially to his wife. He will say to his children. He will say, "Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Santai Gausundar ki jai." So always they will be hearing about Krishna. He was very poor Brahmana. He was not able to actually, by some divine arrangement, the day-to-day food was also not coming properly. Many times they have to fast. The children also have to fast. They did not have proper clothing. It's mentioned that the Sudama clothings were almost became very thin, and it was torn in several places. So he did not. They did not had even proper clothing, and they were sleeping on the floor. No food many times. So, but then still he was very happy. Hmm. He was very happy, and since he was very happy, he was keeping all his family members also very happy, because he will always talk about Krishna and he will feel very satisfied. Hmm. And they all feel, but sometime due to the hunger, seeing the situation of her children, his wife will feel sometimes very much. Huh? Then one day she said, "Oh, you are saying so many times Krishna is your best friend, he's Dwarkadhish, and why don't you go and meet him?" Hmm? Uh, then she said in some requesting spirit, not for herself, for uh, husband and for children, that they should be actually maintained. Then Sudama somewhat felt, oh yes, I can go at any time. uh, Dwarka. Like it was very difficult to meet actually Lord Krishna in Dwarka. Not everybody can meet. It's like if somebody says want to meet Prime Minister. Not everybody can go and meet the Prime Minister. Only selected people, if they at all get opportunity, they can meet. Not so easy. So it was sort of a challenge for Sudama that no, whether he can meet Krishna or not. And immediately said, I can go and see Krishna. What is there? So Sudama was actually uh, pushed by his good wife. You go and meet Krishna. And Krishna, we know all the pastimes how Sudama traveled from from his place is near Porbandar. We went last time to place of Sudama, where Sudama was. Sudama, we didn't go to Sudama, but where Sudama met Krishna. We went to that place. So from there he walked. hmm, Earlier there was no train and all these things. We just walked, and he reached to Dwarka. All the way he was thinking about Krishna only. He was greatly excited that going to see Krishna, and he reached to Dwarka very fast, thinking about Krishna. He was not feeling any hunger and thirst. This is one of the characteristics of, if you are thinking about Krishna, we become we actually able to overcome all material difficulties very easily. Hmm. So we know how even Parikshit Maharaj was hearing about Krishna Katha, and he never felt hungry and thirsty, though he did not eat or drink anything for 7 continuous days. Not only thirsty or hungry, he was not even feeling sleepy. Hmm. Whole day night he was talking about Krishna. And it was not like he has to struggle or strain himself. He was feeling so fresh. Hmm. And, always feeling more and more excited and more absorbed about hearing about Krishna. So this is the nature when we hear about Krishna Katha, we engage in service of the Lord. This all immediately we become free from these effects of modes. So it's like that. He was thinking about Krishna, and then he reached to uh, Dwaraka, and we see that how he reached to the palace where Krishna was there, and Krishna, it was brought to the notice of Krishna that some old and poor Brahmana has come. His name is Sudama. So Krishna, as soon as heard about name Sudama, and immediately he recalled, his old days in ashram, when he was staying in Gurukula of Sandipani Muni, and then how this, he had a friend called Sudama. Immediately he remembered him, and it's mentioned that he was there with Srimati Rukmani Devi. They were uh, they were sitting and talking very intimately. Then immediately, as soon as he heard about Sudama, he rushed. Actually, he ran. He ran and went to Sudama. Actually, nobody had earlier seen Krishna running like this. Krishna would used to run every day in the Vrindavan with all his friends. But in Dwarka, he was like a king. So it was very unusual. I think the first sight of people seeing Krishna running. He was just running, and he ran and went, and immediately he just saw Sudama and he embraced him. everybody was surprised. Earlier they thought he's some ordinary person. He just has a great ambition to see Krishna. But since he is a Brahmana and is giving some connection with Krishna, so they informed Krishna. And Krishna, for they were so surprised as Krishna was so eager to meet him. And he not only met him, he was running and he embraced him. And then Krishna brought him inside, and we know how Krishna nicely welcomed him, washed his lotus feet, sprinkled the water on his family members, and then they massaged his feet, actually worshipped him. All due, everything was done so wonderfully. And then they was talking about their time spent in Gurukula. For very happily they were discussing that this happened, that happened, and that it is described in Krishna book that they were discussing. You remember one day we went into the forest. It's mentioned that disciples should go. Disciples should stay in Gurukula for the benefit of Guru. So this is one principle, that one should have a firm friendship with a spiritual master, and the disciples should stay, be there in ashram of Guru to serve him for his benefit. So this is they were discussing how they went to collect some dry wood for the fires, homa sacrifice. Every day in the morning they will be homa will be there. So they went to forest to collect some wood, dry wood, and then they went inside the forest, and then it became very dark, and started a storm came and big rain, and they got stuck in the forest, and they were there whole night in the forest. It was raining so heavily. They were just holding the hand of each other, and they were trying to protect the wood. It is one hand they are catching each other, another hand they are trying to protect the wood from getting wet, because if become wet, then it cannot be used for the fire sacrifice. It's mentioned that they were both struggling like that. They were discussing that that's what we were trying to do. We were not very much worried about ourselves, but we are trying to protect the wood, because we are going to carry this for the purpose. And then they were stuck. And then when Sandipuni Muni found out that they have not yet returned, he became very much worried, that our Guru was very much worried. And then he took some of his disciples and he came to forest searching us. So like that they were discussing. Then to and fro they were asked, yes, this happened, that happened. So it's the best time actually when staying in student's life. Krishna himself is recalling this. They're very much happy to meet his old friend. This is a student's life, and it is mentioned that one stays the ashram of Guru for the benefit of Guru. But this is a very important principle. While doing this, actually we imbibe the lessons very fast. We are able to imbibe all the good qualities. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling the famous sloka 4.34. Who remembers? 4.34. Updekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. What is first two lines? Tadviddhi panipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So Krishna is telling that one should approach a tattvadarshi. Tattvadarshi means who knows the truth. Who knows the truth? Who is the truth? Absolute truth is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is the absolute who knows about Supreme Personality of Godhead. So not only theoretically, but by realization. By realization, he has seen the truth. He has seen the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Seeing that, and how we can know about Krishna from him? Yes, it's mentioned that Tadvidhi panipatena pariprasnena sevaya. So one should serve him. Very submissive. And in this way, by inquiring him, we can also imbibe that realizations. We can not only theoretically, but get convinced about the supremacy and the presence and the mercy of the Lord. That Lord is there. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Sabdate. He is there in different uh, level. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. We know all that. So, but to get convinced about this and have full realizations, that will happen when we follow these principles. But if we deviate from this principle, then we we will theoretically may know, but when we are tested by time and situation, we will deviate from this. We will not be able to practice this. So it's very important to develop that firm friendship for with the spiritual master and be under him and serve him. So this is the principle it is mentioned here. You see, even in Prabhupada life, Prabhupada, he didn't go to Gurukul, but he had a spiritual master. What is the name of Prabhupada's spiritual master? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Prabhupada met him, and then first time itself he said, you should go to Western countries, spread the message of Lord Chaitanya. He actually appealed to him. You young educated man, why don't you go to West? Why don't you go tell this message to Western countries? So, and then some of the instructions, Prabhupada actually met his spiritual master a few times, but he had some of instructions from Prabhupada, his spiritual master, like whenever you get money, print books. We see that throughout his life, when Prabhupada was preaching, he was focusing on this. He started with the publishing Back to Godhead magazine. And if you have read Lilamrita, you see how difficult it was for Prabhupada to print those days. Nowadays, printing is very easy. We can get it printed anywhere. When we walk Hope College, we get a nice color printout. But those days it was not there, like that. In some places only printing machine will be there. Prabhupada was staying in Vrindavan, but he has to go to Delhi. Then there also he has to buy the paper, and so many things has to be done. Now we can type in the computer, and with the AI we can edit. Everything will be done instantly without much effort. But those days it has to be, there will be a typewriter. Lot of effort one has to put for typing even one word. Then Upad will think and he will write, and then manuscript, and then he will type this, then he will do editing. Lot of work was there actually. Then he will carry the paper, and he did not have money, so he will carry without just walk and take. For long distance he will walk to save some money, and then he'll give it to the printer, and then the printer will produce this, and Prabhupada will correct this, and then again this will be edited 2-3 times, and then nicely when it is done, then he will take the copies, and then he will go. He will go door to door, shop to shop, street to street. He'll see the people there, and then he will stand and talk to them, and then he will try to impress them and give this magazine. So we all have seen that. Why Prabhupada was doing this? Because his guru has told him that you print this book. Whenever you get money, you print the book. So he was printing the book. Not only he was printing, but he was also distributing them. Personally, he was distributing. And in the West also, we see that as soon as it was Prabhupada's mission to write these books. And whole night Prabhupada used to write the books. He will just write, and then he also got it printed, and he also made it circulated widely. This is the so much Prabhupada was absorbed to please his guru. This is what his mission. His guru's mission was to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And Prabhupada felt himself as an instrument in hands of his Guru. He always felt that all is done through by his Guru through me. So he was giving credit to his spiritual master, that by his mercy, whatever success has come so far, that is purely by the mercy of my spiritual master. So like that, we see that how he was completely dedicated to serve the mission of his Guru. There was no personal ambition. He is not carrying a personal ambition that he wants to become famous, or he wants to get some position or like that. There was nothing like that for in his heart. He was completely he just want to fulfill the mission of his Guru, like that. So we see that similarly we see how many of Prabhupada disciples also they sacrifice their life for pleasing the uh, Prabhupada or carrying out his mission. We see that Prabhupada sent them in different places, very young people, some 16 years old, 17 years old. Some people are very small, 19 years old. They are just not completed even college. They are going from one country to another country which they have never seen. First time they may be hearing the name also. We know these pastimes that how in uh, India, one of the life member challenged Prabhupada. You are preaching the whole world. Are you're also you preaching in Islamic countries. You have a center in Pakistan and Bangladesh. And during those days, there was war, and that Pakistan and Bangladesh was recently Bangladesh came to existence, and there's a lot of Islamic influence in those places. So Prabhupada immediately he called the disciples who were serving him, and then he asked him that you go to Pakistan, you go to Bangladesh, and they immediately packed. They instantly they packed and left, and they went and. When people went to Pakistan, people went to Bangladesh, and they started preaching there. Then Prabhupada got a news. Some news came that there's some people found dead in Pakistan. Hare Krishna, some devotee. Then Prabhupada became very concerned. Then he was trying to call them back. He said to immediately come back. So we said, see, just basically this that how they dedicated their life for serving their Guru, the spiritual master. So that is the secret of actually imbibing that realization of Krishna. This is another pastime shared by devotees, Prabhupada disciples, and mentioned in Lilamrita also. We know Yamuna Mataji, and one day Prabhupada was traveling in the train, and he desired to eat hot rice, and he expressed that I want this, and they went around to find rice, and there was in the train nobody will allow to cook, but they somehow or other they were denied, and then they went to that TTR, and then they said, no, if you don't give us permission, then we'll jump off the train. And then got scared, and then he took them to pantry car, and then they prepared hot rice and brought to Prabhupada. Prabhupada was very pleased. One time they were traveling in the train, and the train was suddenly stopped in some place, some location, unknown location. And Prabhupada was there, going with some of his disciples. He asked two of his disciples to get down and start preaching in that place. This train stopped a few minutes, and they immediately packed their this thing, whatever they had, and just got down that place and started preaching there. So you see that how that is dedication. So the student's life maybe in brahmachari ashram or in whichever ashram, but the principle is one should living for the satisfaction or for the benefit of the spiritual master. In this way, actually we imbibe the self-realization. The realization comes. Actually, the Lord is there inside all our heart, and when He sees that one is sincere, then He actually provides that realization. Same thing happens to Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj wanted to see whom? He wanted to see Lord Narayana. He wanted to see Krishna. Hmm? And then his mother, he asked, where will find? Then his mother said, you forest you will find, because there are many sages. They will, they can tell where is Krishna. Hmm? Then he went, he was very serious, and he just left home, went to forest, and was searching Narayana. And Krishna knows in the heart that he is very serious, is sincerely searching me, and immediately sent his representative, Narada Muni. And Narada Muni instantly, by inspiration of the Lord, he met Dhruva Maharaj. And he tested Dhruva Maharaj, he was really very serious. Then he told him that he, according to we see that made some adjustment, because a small boy, he may not know all the mantras, how to worship the Lord. We need to have so many procedures uh, to worship the Lord. So many mantras are there and all that. He has never learned that, and there is no time to teach also. Hmm. So he made some adjustments, and he said that you like this, like this, like this, you worship. Everything will be taken care. And Dhruva Maharaj very attentively hearing. Why he was very attentively hearing? Because he was really very serious. He wants to meet Narayana. He wants to see Krishna. So he was very serious. And because he was serious in his goal, in his purpose, he was very attentive, attentively hearing. Whatever the Narad Muni told, everything he heard. And he went there and exactly followed whatever he said. And what was the result? Hmm? The result is this. You see, the sages, the people go to yogis. They go to meditate, and they meditate for very long time, but still they are not successful, and they are very mature. But here, Dhruv Maharaj was a small child, just 6 years old, and very short time, not even 1 year, half half year, 6 months, less than 6 months actually. In 6 months, uh, the Lord actually appeared in front of him. Lord appeared in front of him, and he was actually requested by all the devas, you please solve the problem. We are not able to breathe. He was, the Lord appeared in front of, he was just, Dhruv Maharaj was very absorbed in seeing the Lord inside his heart as Paramatma. And suddenly he was not seeing him, so he became very perplexed. Then he opened his eyes and then saw the same Lord sitting inside his heart, is now there outside. That's like it says, no, that Krishna is staying in Vrindavan, also is staying in everyone's heart. So Dhruva Maharaj, out of because of because he followed exactly what Narada Muni told, and he was very nicely meditating. He started seeing the Lord inside the heart in his meditation. And then when his meditation broke, he opened his eyes. He saw the same Lord also standing outside. And we know that after that pastime, that how he wanted to glorify the Lord, and he was not able to do so because he did not had such education. The Lord touched his console to his forehead, and then he got, he started glorifying with the choicest poetry. It was a nice poet. So that is the principle, that one's student life. We all student. We all trying to know Krishna, trying to know about glories of the Lord, want to go back to Godhead. So we are all student. It's mentioned that one should carry out the order of his spiritual master. One should be living for the benefit of the Guru, spiritual master. In this way, actually, Krishna becomes very pleased, and we are awarded with realization, awarded by knowledge of Krishna. कितना हो जाएगा प्रभु टाइम? So we'll conclude. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Patit Pavan Prabhupada ki jai. Question. Hmm. Hmm. The the principle is that if you want to know, then we should actually please the teacher. When the teacher is happy, then we will understand the subject matter easily. And then he will teach everything whatever he knows, and he will teach so that we understand. So that is the principle. This is both material subject or spiritual subject. So that is the detail. Can be we have to stay in Gurukul, we have to stay in house. All that is detail. The principle is that one should please the teacher. That's how we can preach to please. Then if we follow the discipline in the classroom, the teacher is happy. If we make noise, not listen to class, we make fun of teacher, then we see that he will not teach the lesson. He will just simply, he'll also go, he will not learn. Even if he's teaching, will not learn. Then we have to write the assignment, we'll be thinking, blinking what to write. And then in the exam also we'll be thinking, oh, whether this was taken or not, this person was taken or not. So that principle is what if you want to learn, then we should please the teacher. Especially for the spiritual subject matter, it is very much essential. Otherwise, theoretically may say Krishna, 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 but we may not realize it. When it comes to surrender, difficult time, we'll quit. We'll say no, Krishna is not there. Though we saying so many people about Krishna, but it comes to us, we will not accept it. Because we never got it. We never realized that. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.